Hello again, you horrible lot. You join me in another lay-by because we are back on my 1290. It's been, over 2 months since I last put up my reveal video, and it didn't really go according to plan, to be honest with you, but we shall get on the road and I will divulge and update you on what actually happened to this bike. It has been a long old experience. So, starty, just plug in my AOC C6, rigged up, links in the description. Pedal to the metal. Oh my god, yes guys, we are so back. Welcome back to the channel, you horrible lot. Welcome back to the cockpit of my KTM 1290S. For those of you who are new, I bought this bike back in December of last year after trading in my Kawasaki Versy 650 that I had for 4 years. Great bike, it was absolutely brilliant, but I was ready for an upgrade. More tech, more power, just to make my future tours better. But long-term subscribers will notice that I haven't uploaded a video of this bike since a good 11 or so weeks ago, 12 weeks ago, and that is because I was hit with a dreaded KTM electrical fault. So before you lot go on the attack, hear me out, okay? So I bought the bike 10th of December, picked the bike up. Everything was lovely, absolutely over the moon. I've got my dream bike, which does silly things like that. Oh, this road is cock mode, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Sorry. So yes, bought the bike 10th of December, over the moon, happy days. I pick the bike up, I ride it home. As you can imagine, whenever you buy a new bike or you get something you've wanted for so long, and which is a huge step up to what you've had before, you're like a boy at Christmas, and I was literally a boy at Christmas. But after getting the bike home, it rained for 2 or 3 days. So the bike didn't move, it was in my garage. It wasn't cold, but it was just wet. After 4 days, we had a dry day, so I'm right, I'm going to go down, I'm going to get the bike out, do some filming. I get down to the garage, go to start the bike, nothing. It's completely dead, like no power whatsoever. I rig it up to my car, obviously on some jump leads, just to see if it was just because the battery had died. Bike lit up, but through a load of error codes, and there was no, it wouldn't crank over obviously because they're quite high cranking bikes, aren't they? Jesus Christ. So I take the battery off, take it home, put it on charge, and it had depleted the battery that much that it wouldn't even charge. It was down to like 4 volts and it wouldn't hold any charge. So the battery was knackered. Wanted a new battery, got a new UASA one come, the correct CCA and whatnot, put that one on, back to normal, bike fires up, error codes cleared, lovely, lovely, lovely. I used the bike again for a day, and with it being December, the weather was tragic, so I used it for the one dry day that I could, put it back in the garage. Another 4 days goes by, go down to start it just before Christmas Eve, and the bike's dead again, completely dead again. So what is going on? So anyway, took that battery off, took that home. With it being a bit of a better brand, it managed to charge back up and hold its charge. So 2 batteries in the space of 2 weeks. It wasn't a coincidence, they weren't just dud batteries. There's something draining the power on the bike. So I ring up the dealership that I get it from. I use these boys for years, they're a good bunch of guys. I've never had any issues. It was just one of those scenarios that they've sold a bike, something was wrong with it that they didn't know about, let's sort it. So they then picked the bike up on the 16th of January, and up until 2 weeks ago the bike had been there ever since. 10 weeks to the day I picked that bike up from when they collected it to be fixed. They checked all the modules, checked all the wiring, everything looked normal. They physically couldn't figure out what it was. and there was a couple of little things that it might have been. There was an accessory cable which was there from the previous owner, maybe that was wired wrong and it was constantly thinking it needed power. There was a faulty wire under the seat, but that just turned out that was fine. After 6 weeks of going back and forth, not really knowing what's going on, they thought they'd figured it out. We then left it for a week in the workshop to make sure it doesn't die again, and I didn't hear anything then for probably another 7 or 8 days, to which I got a reply of the bike's up at KTM. So it didn't work. So and it's through no fault of their own. This is no one's fault. It's not the dealership's fault. This was purely a issue that was there hiding that nobody knew about. Now, KTM found the issue straight away. It led back to the ignition module, and basically the ignition on these ones, if it has the race on system, is all wireless and it's all electronic. So the race on system is basically the wireless key, the electronic steering lock, the fuel tank. That was what was faulty. They then had to wait for KTM to get the part in. That then took another 2 weeks, and then it was a case of when can they get the work done. So in total, from start to finish of them picking up my bike to it being ready for me to collect was 10 weeks to the day. Which is obscene, but again, I understand why it took so long. They wanted to try and do it in-house to save money. I get that, but ultimately it needed to be looked at by KTM, and it did eventually, and those boys were good as gold. You know, when they first got the bike back off me, they said whatever it costs, whatever the issue, it will be sorted. There's no question, it will be sorted. So I got the bike back, and here we are. She is running like a peach. It feels utterly fabulous to be back on this bike. KTM also gave it a full bill of health as well, so it's got all the software updates, so everything is squeaky clean and to the penny where it needs to be. Everything feels good, it feels tight, the quick shifter feels amazing, everything just feels better. So to my local dealership that I use all the time anyway, and I will continue to use them, thank you for sorting the bike out. Just spent the weekend up in Devon doing a 200-mile overnight trip, and the bike was faultless, absolutely faultless. It was a pleasure on the A30, you know, the dual carriageway. Put the cruise control on and off you go. I'm going to try and get around this van if I can. Yes. And then having roads like these up in Devon, the weather was lovely, it was dry, and then we stayed at this lovely little thatched cottage inn. But it was kind of the first trip after getting the bike back, and the bike was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Oh my god, this thing is so fast. Oh, like a baby boy again. So yeah, that's where it's been. It had a power drain on the ignition module that nobody knew about. And to be honest, in fairness to the guys I bought it off, they did contact the old owner, and I know it's that old like, oh no, I didn't know anything was wrong with it when you trade something in, because we've all done it. But he owned it from new, he's a local policeman, he always had it rigged up to a trickle-charger, so it was always on power. So he was never going to know if there was anything wrong with it, because it was always on power, so when he wasn't using it, the battery was never going to die. So, you know, take of that as you will, but he seems pretty genuine to me. Oh, I'm just so glad it's back, so glad. Ready for this year's tours. I was nearly going to have to do Sardinia this year on the Harley. No, to be fair, I'd just gone and got another bike, but I didn't want another one because I wanted this one. Let's go this way so the sun isn't in my eyeballs. That's very clever of you. Fucking Jesus. Choose my potty mouth. This is so fast. Oh my god. Yes, we're back. So, apologies for the lack of content, because I wanted to do everything on this bike this year, but for 10 weeks I haven't had it. So you should have a look. But we are back. The weather's looking better. Hopefully spring is well and truly on the way. 3 weeks time I'm up in Yorkshire again on another grip and throttle tour with my good friend Tommy, which I plan on doing a 2 or 3 part video series on. And then on the way back down I'm going through Wales, so I'm going to do a little bit of a blast through Wales as well overnight, which will be nice. Right, let's go ride like a twat on some back roads all the way back home. Jesus bloody Christ. Nice having more power than the bloody sun. Oh my giddy hand. Activating knob mode. Oh my fucking god. Yes. Oh, there's a van. Catch the van. Not a problem. Oh my god. Right, well, there we are. There we have it, team. My 1290's back. Happy days. If you've enjoyed this one, guys, and you're happy to sit back, let me know in the comments. Positivity only. Thanks for sticking with me, guys, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one.